Hey guys, my name is Dee, and I am actually going to do a quick presentation about the objection that says my realtor friend told me that solar does not increase the home value. So what I'm going to do is to present to you how I, as a realtor and as a solar pro, would thwart off that objection, because a lot of people ask about that, and that's always something that you're going to encounter out there as a solar rep. But me as a realtor and as a solar pro, I've always won the deals, just because I know how to ward off that particular objection. All right, so I'm going to share my screen to you. I've got a quick presentation. I'm not going to go into details, but this is just something that I created for my reps as well, so that they'll be able to like ward off, and they'll be fully equipped on how to deal with these objections. So a little background about me is that I've been an educator for 19 years. I've got my a doctorate in education, been working in public school systems. Then I quit that during the pandemic and became a full-time solar pro together with my husband. So with that being said, I'm going to start on how you would ward off those objections. Okay, so how many of you have had some objections where the customers say it's harder to sell homes with solar? Or some would say solar systems don't really add value to your home. It's a scam just to get you to buy it. The appraiser did not really put much value in the solar system when I sold my house way back when. So I don't know how long that appraisal was, but that's over. So those days are gone, because now, a lot of millennials are buying homes. They're all into the organic stuff. They all want to go green. We've got electric cars going on. So we know that we're moving towards a greener future and a better, um, I would say a better planet, because we know that solar is the new way to go. So in the past, it was harder to sell homes with PPAs. The homeowner had to buy off the contract or find a buyer who wants to take over the contract, and it makes for a very long process. Now, a lot of realtors are um, not very savvy on that one, so they don't want to deal with the complications that's involved. But according to Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, leased panels probably won't impact your home's value. According to the data collected by the study, people who sold homes in Southern California equipped with leased solar panels did not see a negative impact on their home's value, but it also did not increase it by much. So that means that it does not really lower your home value, but it doesn't increase it as much. Okay, the facts on PPA transfers. 77% of the solar leases in the group were transferred successfully to new homeowners, and only 20% of homeowners reported that the would-be buyers were scared off by the solar lease process, which means it's really not that hard to transfer PPAs anymore. In the past, I would say, yeah, stay away from PPAs, stay away from leases. But now, if a homeowner says, okay, I've got a lease in here, then they just assume the loan, and then they just keep on paying and enjoying the benefits that solar has for their homes. So now this is the current event, so the education of realtors, appraisers, and lenders. Until recently, there was no place within the MLS to list energy saving equipment, energy ratings, or Energy Star certifications. To address this concern, the National Association of Realtors formed a group entitled the Green Resource Council. This group has helped to green the MLS and define the energy efficiency fields and information that should be added to listing service software across the country. As these additional fields were implemented, buyers will look to these areas to be further informed about the home before purchasing. So, in short, what it means is that as a realtor, there is now a checkbox for us when we list a house. If it's going to say, is this energy efficient, then we would have to check that before listing that, because some buyers would want to look for an energy efficient home, or what's the energy rating for this property or for this particular home. So some buyers are hip with that. They want to know about that particular property. And so what if that one buyer does not want to buy a house with solar panels because that buyer thought it's ugly, and move on to the next buyer? So it's an easy fix. Like, that's always what most objectives would be like. What if the buyers don't want house with solar panels? Then you move on to the next buyer, because somebody else will. If that buyer will not buy your house, someone else will. Okay. So the SEIA, or Solar Energy Industries Association, and NAR Director of Sustainability and Green Designation teamed up to educate realtors about the benefits of how to sell properties with solar system, whether it's leased, purchased, or financed. If you look into this, you will find out that SEIA and NAR have already teamed up on how to sell solar systems in a property. Okay. I'm not going to go into details with that one because that would be something for realtors to know. Realtors have to get familiar with the way the system is financed, know the size, age, and warranties, and if they're transferable. So the naysayer one, the super smart homeowner who was a realtor friend, that's exactly what we're talking about. My friend says it's really hard to sell homes with solar. What would you say? Well, why does he or she think so? Is she updated with her continuing education with NAR? Did she know that NAR is a committee called Green Resource Council that urges realtors to input the energy rating of a home when listing a property? Is she aware that lenders and appraisers are already on board with the new valuation of home with solar system? Now, what is valuation? So appraisers now will value your property, or they will appraise your property for more than what your neighbors without solar panel has or is valued for. I'm explaining it wrong. So yeah, they will value it more than your neighbor who has no solar panels. Okay, so this is naysayer too. Solar does not really add that much value to your home. They're overestimating it. It's not really going to sell for 30,000 more like what I paid for. Okay, so your rebuttal. I understand your concern. The appraiser will determine the value of your home based on the CMA or comparable market analysis in your neighborhood. The demand for solar in our state is pretty high, and most home buyers almost expect homes to have solar already installed. Home buyers are willing to pay premium on a house with solar panel. At this day and age, where having solar is pretty much a norm, your home will sell faster with solar, and you will recoup your investment when you sell your home. Again, so a lot of people are already looking into solar. The more demand for solar is in your area, like say for example here in Vegas, almost every other home has solar. And if your home does not have solar, then you kind of want to jump into the bandwagon of getting solar because your home will be appraised less than your neighbor who has. Okay, so for the appraiser's point of view, the value per watt resale metric. So, how do they value your property? Several recent academic studies have found that solar PV systems do contribute to the value of an existing home. An in depth eight state study funded by the US Department of Energy in 2015 concluded that a net installed solar PV system cost estimate calculated at the time a home is listed for sale may be the best proxy for a solar market premium. Okay. It goes anywhere from 3.75 to $4 per watt added value to your existing, um, let's just say, existing price of your home. Academics generally agree that a value per watt is the appropriate metric for valuing the PV systems, not a premium as a percentage of the home sale price. It's not a percentage, but a value per watt. The most recent academic study published in 2016 of the Appraisal Journal demonstrated that the cost and income approaches can also be used to calculate residential solar PV premiums. So if you know about appraisal, the cost and income approaches kind of like serves as an investment to your home. Okay, so all of these links are hyperlinks, so you can actually click on those links and find out more information about it. To sum this up, most MLS now require real estate agents to know and input the kilowatt size of the system, the age, and when was it installed. If those are not available, some MLS will have a link to the actual municipality where the permit was obtained. 85% of homeowners will have the paperwork for the HIA or the contract. Okay, so this is what the appraisers will have. So buying a house with solar panels financed through a solar loan. So, from the mortgage lender's point of view, unlike a lease, if a homeowner installs solar equipment with a solar loan, the loan will always be their liability, even if the property is sold. So, if you're looking to buy a home with solar panels financed through a solar loan, you don't need to worry about making additional monthly payments. Instead, the asking price for the home might be higher to factor in the cost of the solar equipment. And that's how you would price your home for whatever loan you had for that particular property. Now, buying a house with PACE finance solar panels, PACE financing is attached to the property and not the person who took out the loan, since payments are made through the property taxes. Therefore, the solar equipment payments become the new buyer's responsibility when they purchase a home that has PACE financing. So, solution, buyers should review the financing terms before making the purchase. Some mortgage companies won't allow buyers to purchase homes with PACE liens against them unless the PACE lender agrees to subordinate the lien, or to make it a lower priority for repayment than the mortgage in case of default. But PACE will always be there as a lien. That can be hard to accomplish, so only go with PACE unless you're prepared to stay in your home kind of like forever or for a long time. Okay, now for the solar pros point of view, what I tell my client. Your options for selling your home with solar, if you own the system, vary depending on how you finance the purchase. If you plan on financing the purchase with a secured loan, like a home equity loan or a HELOC, you will have to pay off the remaining balance of the home before you sell. This is because your property is issued as a collateral for the loan. In most cases, secured loans don't have prepayment penalties, so there's no disadvantage to paying the system off early. If your solar panel system is financed via an unsecured loan like LoanPal or Sunlight, the loan is not tied to your property, so you can sell your home and move prior to paying it off. Remember, you are still obligated for paying off the remainder of the loan. In most cases, paying off secured or unsecured solar loans is straightforward. Since solar panels increase the value of your home, you can usually pay off the loan with the additional revenue from your home sale. Oops. So, do homes with solar panels really sell faster and for more? Okay, another studies after study after study is showing that yes, it will. Even Zillow has that one as well. So, if lots of homes in your area have solar panels and buyers are learning to expect them, adding them might give you something extra to promote your home when it comes time to sell. However, if few homes have solar panels and buyers tend not to pay for the investment, you might not get back the money you put into the solar panels. Now, that's me being very honest as a realtor. Let's say, for example, in a 1 mile radius, you're the only house there with a solar panel. There's not going to be a lot of CMA or comparison around your neighborhood about, like how much can I sell this for? But either way, when you purchase a solar panel, it's an investment by itself. You're already enjoying the low monthly payment, right? You're adding value to your home. It's basically considered a home improvement, much like a kitchen renovation or adding a pool. So you can price it. If there's no comparison around you within a 1 mile or 2 mile radius, then price it when you sell it. This one is a different story, but this is about the credit fails and all that stuff. We can actually go down as low as 540, But that's it for today. Thank you so much.